going on, y'all? Hey, can y'all hear me? All right. What's going on, y'all? Hey, can y'all hear the piano? Okay. All right. I was having some issues with my live stream. Let me see. It says I'm live, so yeah. I can see it here. So I'm gonna test it one more time, y'all. Everybody can hear. Let me know if you can hear. You didn't miss nothing. So y'all can hear that, right? Y'all can hear the keyboard. Y'all hear my voice. Everybody can hear that real good, right? All right. So do me a favor, if you're watching this, go share it with somebody. Go live. I mean, not go live, but go on Facebook. I'm about to do it right now myself. Go on Facebook, Instagram. Let everybody know I'm live. And yeah. Excuse me. We're gonna jump right into this. Just give me 1 second. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to go live on Facebook. Y'all put the word out. If you can get the link, send the link out. Let everybody know that I'm live. And yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Gotta turn the camera around. There we go. What's going on, y'all? I am live on Facebook and YouTube right now. So if you're watching this on Facebook, go over to YouTube and go watch me do this live video. The title is, can y'all see the title? Please tell me y'all can see the title. Chat, can y'all see the title? Now, let me know if y'all can see the title of the stream. The title is Transposing. Is it really good for you? So we're gonna get into that on this live stream. So if you on Facebook right now watching this, go over to YouTube and check out the live stream. All right, I'm out of here. Y'all see, look, I'm live. I'm live. So go to YouTube, y'all. All right. Now, before we jump into this plan, you gotta ask yourself a question. If you're a musician, that literally depends on transposing, like that's your whole thing, and you only can play in one key, we're gonna break that today because the question is it really good for you? And the answer is absolutely not. Okay, so what is transposing? First of all, let's see. So on my keyboard, you have to go to utility, and then you scroll down to note shift. Y'all can hear that, right? Oh, wait a minute. We're missing something. There we go. Okay, so y'all see the chord I'm playing? I mean the note I'm playing, right? That's a D flat, right? So transposing is the ability to take the note. So let's say you only can play in C sharp or D flat. You can shift the note. Let's say somebody wants you to play a song in the key of D. So you can take the note and literally, oh wait, you gotta go up. See, now we've transposed to the key of D, but I'm still playing the C sharp note. So that's what transposing is if you've never heard of it before, or if you don't know what it is or whatever. So let me go back to the original note. Okay, so that is transposing. So that it's only for the people that are not comfortable in other keys, but it's a very bad habit. Very bad habit. If you're a keyboard player, or if you aspire to be one, or organist, you have to learn how to play in all your keys. So when we do that, we handicap ourselves to the point where when it's time to learn and be creative, we stuck in this box of whatever key that we're in. And when I tell you every key has a different feel, but you won't know that if you stuck playing in one key. So today we're gonna see if we can transpose, but not transpose with buttons. What I mean by transposing is, so if a song is normally done in C sharp or D flat, try to play it in a different key. So whatever key that you're the most comfortable in, so let's say you're the most comfortable key that you can play in is C, okay? And you say I can play I Love You Lord today. So that's your most comfortable key. So all I'm telling you to do is this. I'm telling you to take that key, and that key, if it's C, and literally take everything up to the very next note. Just take every chord you play up. Okay? So that will be, all right? That would be, you see what I'm saying? That's the point. That's what I call transposing. But you're not literally cheating yourself with this kind of transposing. You're helping yourself. So you say, well, I don't want to play this song in this key. So I'll take it to a different key, but not by pressing the button, but by actually learning it in that other key. Okay? So everybody can hear me, right? I just want to make sure everybody can hear. Y'all can hear the keys and y'all can hear me talking. Just put yeah if you can hear everything clear. All right? So what we're gonna do is, like I said, transpose, but in a good way. So we're gonna take chords and we're gonna transpose them so you can play them in other keys. Okay. So if I was playing this progression, so I'm still in C. Okay. So or like I said, you want to learn how to play it in a different key. So that was C, 7, 3, 6, right? So you say, I can only play it. You know what? Since y'all in the chat, give me the key that you are the least comfortable in. The least comfortable. Because the point of me making these videos is to help the people that are here. So if you're in the chat, give me the most uncomfortable key for you. And I'm going to do my best to play in that key. So now let me do two things. Now give me the most uncomfortable key, right? But I also want you to give me your most comfortable key. Okay? Give me the most comfortable key you love to play in, and give me the most uncomfortable key that you don't like to play in. Okay? So let's do it like that. The most comfortable, the most comfortable and the most uncomfortable. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take your most uncomfortable key and your most comfortable key, and we're going to show you how to play in both of those keys. But I'm going to show you that your most comfortable key, your most uncomfortable key can feel like the key that you love to play in. So all I need y'all to do is literally tell me what key. Most comfortable, most uncomfortable. All right? So while y'all doing that, okay, so somebody said E. So you saying E is your most uncomfortable key and F sharp is your most comfortable key. That's interesting because E and F sharp are not far from each other at all. Okay, so somebody else said B major and A flat is most uncomfortable. So okay, so let me make sure I got y'all Ming's You're saying B major and A flat most uncomfortable. So what is your most comfortable key? What's up, Juwan? What's going on, man? So now let me go back to Funky real quick. Now he said E is my least comfortable. And he said F sharp is his most used. Okay, so with that being said, let's start with you real quick. So if you play an F sharp, hold on, my hands a little dry right now. So we're gonna play an F sharp for a second, right? I'm gonna show you some F sharp chords, and I'm gonna show you those same chords in E major. Okay, so check this out. So you got your 1, your 2, your 3. Okay, you got your 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay, so I got you. Okay, so I'm gonna deal with Funky right now. So check this out. So in F sharp, I just played your simple. Now those are simple chords. Now those are your simple walk up the scale. Okay, so that's F sharp major. So if you play an F sharp, you know how to do that. If you play an F sharp a lot, you should know how to. I'm sure you know how to do that. That's simple. Now let's go to E and do the same thing. All right. I'm sorry. E major. So let's do the same thing. Now Funky, make sure you're gonna have to go back and watch this, okay? Because I just did the same thing in E that I did in F sharp. Alright? Now look, I gave you simple. Now don't do nothing too complicated. Start slow. I gave you simple. Now I'm gonna give you one more. I'm gonna give you the advanced side, and then I'm gonna move on to Yao Ming's. I'm gonna move on to him. Now go back to F sharp. Okay. This is another progression, but it's a little bit more complicated. Okay. So if I did this. So what I did was 1, 7, 3, 6. Okay? Now I'm gonna do one more chord after that, okay? So I'm gonna do 1, 7, 3, 6. Okay, this is all in F sharp, okay? Okay, I'm gonna do it again. This is F sharp. Okay, now same progression. We're gonna do it in E. Okay, so I did 1, 7, 3, 6, flat 5, 5. Oh, I'm sorry, I did 2, 5, 1. Okay, so I did 1, 7, 3, 6, flat 5, 2, 5, 1. Okay, so let's do that in E. So let's go to E. So I did 1, 7, 3, 6, and then what did I do? The flat 5, and then I did 2, 5, 1. I'm gonna do it again, don't worry. So I did 1, 7, 3, 6, flat 5, 2, 5, 1. Okay? So, one more time. This time I'm gonna do a different variation. So instead of starting here, I'm gonna do this. So again, 1, 7, 3, 6. That's the flat 5. And then you got the 2, 5, 1. Okay? So, Funky, go back and watch all of that. Start slow. It's not going to happen overnight. So, go back and watch that. And I'm telling you, you will literally be like, man, this is not as hard as I thought. So Funky, that's for you. Now let me go back to Yao Ming's. C and F is your most comfortable. And you said, let me go back and see what you said. B major and A flat most uncomfortable. That's interesting because a lot of musicians I know hate like C. They're not really fans of C, but you said C and F are your most comfortable. So B major and A flat are your most uncomfortable. Most musicians I know love A flat, but not B though. So let's do that. Let's help you out real quick. So you said C and F is your most comfortable. Let's start with C is your most comfortable. So okay, so I'm gonna give you the same type of progression I gave Funky, okay? So, but I'm gonna do a little different with my 2-5-1 though, okay? So 7. Oh, you should know this because you like C, okay? 7, 3, 6. Okay? Now that's your flat 5. That's your 4. That's your 5. Okay, and that's your 1. So that's C. Okay? Now let's take that because C and B are right next to each other. So let's go to B. Okay? Do the same thing. Now, remember I did 7, 3, 6, flat 5, 4, 2, 5, 5, 1. Okay? Let's do that in B. Here we go. So 7, 3, 6. Now the flat 5. See that? Flat 5, 2, 5, 1. Now make sure you get that Funky. I mean, no, that's not Funky. That's Yao Ming's. So Yao Ming's, that is for the key of B. I'm gonna do it again. 7, 3, 6. That's the flat 5, 2, 5, 1. Now you also said you like F, but you don't like A flat. So let's go to F. All right. So F, I'm gonna do the same thing. So 7, So you should know this because you like F. 3, 6. Hold on, do that again. 7, 3, 6. Now this time I want you to go to that's the flat 5. So same thing. And then 2, 5, 1. Okay. So I did 2, 5, 1. Okay, that's F major, but you like that key. So let's go to A flat. Okay, same thing. 7, 3, 6, flat 5, 2, 5, 1. I'm gonna do it again. 7, 3, 6, flat 5, 2, 5, 1. Okay, so Yao Mings, that's for you. Now we had somebody else, Miss Donna Glows. B flat and C is the most comfortable. Now, what's your most uncomfortable, Miss Glows? What's your most uncomfortable key? Now, you said you like B flat and you like C. You know what's funny about that, Glows? You like what did you say? You like B flat and C. The funny thing about that is you got B major in between both of the keys that you like. So you actually wait, what's your most uncomfortable, Glows? Cause you saying B flat and C is your most comfortable. What's your most uncomfortable? Make sure I'm hearing you correct. No problem, Yao Mings. Yeah, no problem, Funky. Yeah, so give me your most uncomfortable, Glows. Cause I don't wanna teach the wrong way for you when it comes to your key. But y'all see how it's not as hard as, it looks or sounds. You literally just take everything you know and you transpose it to the next key. Okay, you said, Glows, B flat is your most uncomfortable. Okay, so you like C? So is C your most comfortable key? Because if C is your most comfortable key, this is gonna be easy for you. But so you're saying you don't. Okay, so C is your most comfortable key. B flat is your most uncomfortable. All right, that's now watch this, Glows. If you like C, now I don't know what's your reasoning for liking C. Is it because it's you like the way it feels on your fingers? You feel like it's easier. Now B flat. Let's look at the B flat major scale. So the only black notes that we hit are these two. So you see that right there off rip. The rest of the notes are white. Okay? So let's play in C first, since that's your most comfortable key. So I'm gonna do a different progression for you because I already did the first time the same thing in C. So what we're gonna do in C is we're gonna try our best to play a lot of black notes. Okay? So check this out. Okay, great. I got it. So the song called How Great Is Our God. All right. Now, turnaround chords. How great is our God? How great. Okay, so glows, if you comfortable in C, that shouldn't be hard for you. Okay, so all I did was how great, how great. Okay. That's all I did. All right. So we moved out of the scale and we hit an F minor, we hit an A flat major, B flat major, and then we hit G minor, and then back to the 1. Okay, so if you're comfortable in C, that shouldn't be a problem. Now let's try to do that in B flat though. Okay, so let's go to B flat. All right, so same thing. Okay, so that's the basics for that song in B flat major. All right, so what you want to do is you want to figure out how to transpose what you did in C to B flat. That's why I said this is easy. Take everything you did in C, you know where C is. So C, you have to go half step, half step. All right, so you're going a whole step down to B flat. So take every chord a whole step down. So instead of playing F minor, which what we did in C, you'll play a E flat minor. So here's the example. How great is our God. See that? And look at these chords. They're not complicated. See that? Back to the B flat. So we're not doing rocket science here, okay? It's not as complicated as people want it to seem, but it's just about having it up here and knowing what to do. So I'm gonna do it again. How great, C minor. How great is our God. You see how I got the B flat still on top? Okay. Nah, wait, I don't want to go too far, it glows. So let me slow down. Okay, now go back and watch this stuff, y'all, because I'm telling you, if you're serious about playing, especially playing in every key, this is gonna help you. This is what I had to do. Literally, this is what I had to do. But I didn't have somebody helping me. I had to learn this all on my own. Okay? And it took so long. But because God blessed me with this ability, I'm gonna give it the knowledge that I have, I'm gonna give it to y'all as well. Okay? So glows, that is how you transpose your chords from C to B flat. Okay? Now, anybody else got any keys that they are not comfortable in? Okay? Not comfortable in, that you want to know how to do different stuff. We can use this song as our example too, because it's a simple song. Yeah, that. See, you can do a lot with that. you could do a lot with that, man. Um, no problem, Glows. God bless you too. Um, somebody else said A flat. Now, when you say A flat, are you saying that you're not comfortable in that key? Let me know. Answer me that. What's it? Principal K Con? Principal Con 3132. So you saying A flat is your most uncomfortable? Let me know. I got another person saying, what are the most important jazz concepts to you for chord progressions? Um, and I got somebody saying A. I'm with Eddie. You saying A major? All right, I got you. 1 second. Um, so somebody asked, what are the most? Okay, so I got you, principal. Um, we're gonna do A flat real quick. Prince, Prince, my bad, my bad. Prince EP, I got you. Yeah, I thought it said principal. All right, so I got you A flat. Now I'm gonna answer both of these questions at the same time because somebody said, Prince EP said A flat. Somebody asked, what are the most important jazz concepts to you for chord progressions? So I'm gonna answer this. You Italian? All right. Um, I'm gonna answer this using the key of A flat. Okay. So let's go to A flat. All right. So jazz concepts. Now, simple. The simple thing is, uh, as far as a jazz concept, is when it comes to it, it starts with the simple stuff like the triads, tritones, all that stuff. It doesn't start, it's not about playing fat chords like that or, trying to be, you know, do extra. Jazz can be simple too, okay? So, my opinion, if you know how to play a song, like play not even a song, a progression. So now, if you just heard me play that, you probably was like, that was very simple, very, bland, not really no flavor, just not jazzy at all. Okay? So if I take this same melody, and remember, we're in A flat, by the way. All right. If I take this melody, the concept that I think of is what chords can I play behind this? So that means it has to be it can't be just, it has to be more involved. So it could be and it's just knowing, but knowing what sounds right. If you listen to jazz, you know what jazz sounds like. If you listen to classical, you know what classical sounds like. Okay? So my advice would be major 9 chords. I'm sorry, minor 9 chords, minor 11 chords. Knowing your tritones as well. So if I wanted to use the same melody, right, in A flat, you could do something like this. So now that's a little bit more complicated. That's when you getting deep into whatever it is you're doing, like you're soloing, whatever. That's not something you'll play in a song, like when somebody's singing. That's something you do when you're soloing. So knowing the different variations of what you can do with. So I gave you that. I mean, you could do more. You can do. It's so much you can do with that one melody. So my advice would be learn all your chords. Learn the chords. Start with the triads. And then build off of your triads. And remember, this is A flat. So an A flat, you can literally quit, because a lot of people like this key. You can take this key and because of how it feels, you'll be able to see how it feels to hit all the black notes, the white notes. For example, watch this. See that? I just went through the scale in my bass. Okay? Okay? Start there. And then the same progression, 7, 3, 6, flat 5. So your ear is going to be your guide. Your ear is going to be your guide to what sounds right to you and what doesn't sound right. It's not about what other people feel when it comes to you playing. It's about what you feel, because whatever you feel and whatever you do, that's going to project out to them. It's not about them projecting to you what you should play when it comes to jazz. It's about you projecting to them. So if you're playing the same song, I'm sorry. So stuff like that. So things like that. It's about how you feel in the moment. But okay, let me see. How long every day on average did you practice this kind of concepts? Because I play classical pretty much only, and on average play about 3 hours a day. Is that enough for practicing? Oh, absolutely. If you practice 3 hours a day, you're gonna learn a lot. Now, I don't know how old you are, but when I was young, uh anything over 3 to 4 hours a day, if you're doing that, you gonna go far. I'm telling you. When I was young, because when I was practicing as a kid, I didn't have a job or anything like that. So I was able to practice all day, just all day long. Just, I ain't have no job, I ain't have no kids, I didn't have nothing going on. I didn't have, well, I had school obviously, but outside of that, I literally was practicing. So, um 3 hours a day is great. You said 17. Oh, you seven. Okay, you 17. So you're 17. Yeah, you practicing that long every day at 17. Yeah, you gonna go far. Yep. That's very good. I wish I could practice that long today. I got 2 kids. I got a wife. I work. at my church. I literally cannot do that. I wish I could, but I can't. So that's good, Prince. That's really good. So jazz is really about what, because classical is like very structured, very what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, structured is the best way I can describe classical. Very, very structured. And it's in movements. So there's really no room for like improvisation. That's not really what they focus on. Is music and movements. So with jazz, on the other hand, jazz is like very, very, just like classical music, it's unpredictable. Jazz and classical music is very unpredictable. So you can't necessarily know what's about to happen. So that's what makes jazz and classical so great. Nowhere near those closest to your level in terms of jazz playing. Oh man, look. First of all, thank you. Thanks a lot for taking the time to answer, man. No problem, man. Y'all got any more questions? Let me know. I'm on here live. Try to go live as much as I can. I haven't been lately, but I try. I thank y'all, man, for just checking me out, watching the videos, and here live with me now. I appreciate it. But I'm telling you, man, the jazz thing. The jazz thing, you said, could you also do C sharp major as well if possible? I sure can. Jazz, I'm telling y'all, because remember, I didn't have anybody training me. I didn't have somebody sitting me down saying, this is what you should do right here. Do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. I literally had to read books, watch videos. I had to literally go to concerts and gigs and just learn by listening and watching, literally. So but that also helps you develop your own style, because nobody is shedding their style on you. So for example, let's take C sharp. Prince, I'm gonna play in C sharp real quick. So C sharp, this is a key that a lot of people like too, that I know. So things in C sharp that you can do that's really jazzy. Okay? So see that? So all I did was, oh wait, I started here on this E flat minor, I dropped it down, okay, then I dropped it down again, and then C minor 11, that's your 3, that's your 6. So stuff like this, I like filling in gaps. So when you do, so stuff like that, like that's unpredictable. I guarantee you none of y'all thought I was about to do that. I guarantee you. So stuff like that in jazz, when you're improvising or you just, rocking out with somebody, like stuff like this, make sure y'all get that. So now you see that this all also goes back to my last live stream I did which was called The Key Doesn't Matter. Rehire me, The Key Doesn't Matter. If you didn't see that live stream, go check that out too. Now, if you haven't watched me, and if you haven't watched the last stream, if you don't know what I mean by the key doesn't matter, it's very simple. If I'm in C sharp, this is for you, Prince. This is the C sharp major scale. So we know what's in the C sharp major scale, which is C, E flat, F, F sharp, A flat, B flat, C, and back to C sharp. So we know what's in it. Okay? But we also know what's not in the C sharp major scale. D, E, G, A, and B. So what do I mean by the key doesn't matter? If I'm in C sharp, society says that you only can play those notes. But I say, no, not so. You can play these notes as well. Okay? This is why my philosophy is the key doesn't matter. I've been saying this for years, y'all. The key doesn't matter. Okay? So I'm giving you an example of that. I'm going to play these notes that I'm playing right now in C sharp. And I am not going to try to trick you or nothing like that. I am going to still be in C sharp. Okay? And I'm going to show you. So you see the notes. D, E, G, A, B. Not in the key of C sharp. Okay, that's one. That's a G minor 11 in C sharp. And then still in C sharp. Okay? What else can we do? Check this out. I literally just hit B, A, and then went right back to the key. You saying, why not use F? What you mean by that? So, this is the chords I just played. These are jazz chords. You see what I mean by the key doesn't matter? The key only gives you the foundation. Okay, I know what key I'm in, but that doesn't mean I'm stuck in this scale. Okay? So let me say it like this. There is no chord in existence that you can't play in any key. So some people say, oh, this chord is for D, this chord is for C, this chord is for A flat. No. Every chord is for every key. Doesn't matter what key you're in. Whatever chord you play in your favorite key, I can play that in all 12 keys. Doesn't matter. Okay? So what key did I hit yet? So I did G, I did A and B. Let's do D and let's do E. Okay? So So I hit D. That's the chord I played. And your bass is D. Alright, so I'm showing you proof. Now let's stay in the same key. Now let's get E in there. How can we incorporate E in this key? Let's see what we can do. Okay, check this out. That's F major right there and C sharp. Now you see what I did? I literally played E minor and then went to the E flat minor, back to C sharp. The key doesn't matter. So this is when I say transposing. The way I'm transposing will help you to play in any key, doesn't matter. But hitting the transpose button will literally keep you on the same level. Okay? Now why not use F though? So what do you mean by that question? I never got to answer your question. Okay, that was what I was asking. Cause like when you said we can use these notes too, like the only note I think you were not using was the F, if that makes sense. Now remember, in C sharp, F is in your major scale. So 1, 2, 3. So F is already in there. So when I was showing you the notes that are in the major scale, F is in there. Now the notes that are not in there are D, E, G, A, B. So F is already a part of the scale, but you can literally change that F, because normally when you play an F in the C sharp major is minor, or you playing it over the C sharp like that. So for example, keep watching. And that's C sharp. Now you see what I just did? When I went to that F, I didn't change my chord. My chord stayed the same, which is a D flat major chord. That's all I did. So that's an A major in C sharp, and that's a B major in C sharp. So the point is to show you that whatever key that you are already comfortable in, you can literally play any chord. Any chord. So the chords that you think you can't play, you can. Even the chords that you haven't even thought about yet. When you find out, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, I could play this chord. It's all about movement. So it's kind of like a classical feel, but you're playing jazz, because you're playing movements just to get back to where you started. Okay? So for example, if I did this, how great is our God. See that? All I did was I took that one note and I created a progression under it. Okay? Okay? So, Prince, just curious, how did you develop your core voicings to the standard of yours? Because some of my jazz playing still sounds pretty boring because I'm playing the chords in root position. Sorry. Oh, it's okay. Uh, um, I love jazz too. Yeah, trust me, I love jazz. But Prince, let me ask you. Let me answer this question. Uh, this is all I did. Honestly, I was my cousin. My cousin bought me a keyboard. Okay, so I didn't have one at home. Like I said, I had no money in there like that, so I couldn't go buy one. My cousin gave me his keyboard. All right. So what I did was this. I literally found out what major chords were. So I literally said, okay, this is C major. So what I did was I started just doing like this. And then I took my left hand and played the same chord, but I didn't know if I was right or not. Okay. That's how it started for me. Okay. On top of doing that, I literally listen to music all the time. To me, that's how you learn. When you want to learn and grow musically, you got to listen to music. So all I did was listen to jazz. My mom is a singer. She loves jazz. So it was easy for me to hear it and for it to be in the house because she loved jazz too. So what I did was I listened to a lot of jazz music, and I'm not talking about just like solo piano stuff. I'm talking about like uh gospel jazz. I listen to people like Joe Sample, people like what's his name? Ben Tankard. People like him, but I also listen to Art Tatum, Errol Gardner, Oscar Peterson, Chick Corea, Herbie Hancock. I just listened so much to the point where if you have an ear that is good at hearing notes, I just played what I heard. I tried to mimic what I heard. It took hours and hours and hours. So, but while at the same time doing stuff like this. Okay? So once I started listening, this is what I did. I will play the chord, the C major chord, but then I'll hear a note that I'm not playing. I'll say, okay, I hear that, but I hear another note. So I'll try to find it and I'll be like, oh, that's okay, but that's not what they're playing. So I'll be like, okay, what is that? And then I'll try to play. No, that's not what they did. And then I'll play this. I'm like, that's what it was. That's what the note was. They put the B on top, which made it C major 7. So this is what I did every day. So I was like, let me see if I can play the same chord with my left hand. So I was like, and it worked. I did that for every key. So you got, and I was like, when I played it, you see, I'm playing both the same thing with my left hand and my right hand, right? But then I was like, I don't want to play, for some reason, I don't know why. I said I didn't want to play C sharp. I didn't want to play C in my right hand. I want to play something else. So I was like, let me see what I can do. Just play it like that. And I was like, let me see if I put the D. And I was like, oh, that works too. And you see it changed to C major 9. This is how I learned the chord names. Okay? So you take that formula and you take this C major triad chord and just build on it and do that with every chord. And you'll be like, oh, wait a minute. We got something here. And then I started hearing chords like, so you got that, like that. Now that's a 13. All I did was take away this and put A. So it's just about trying different chords and just seeing what helps you. Now, if you haven't watched my previous videos, I cover all of this. So you can go watch the old videos and you don't have to figure it out on your own. You can use my videos to help you figure it out. Because I'm telling you, I literally have covered, like, if you starting from the bottom of jazz, I covered everything you need to know if you're starting from the bottom. Okay? So you don't have to be on your own, just, in your room for hours and just trying to figure out what to do. Go to my YouTube video and scroll through the videos and see which one. They're all gonna help you, but just see which one helps you the most. Okay? And then build off of that and make it your own style. Okay? So we're gonna stick with this C. Then I started hearing stuff like this, but I'm like, what am I hearing? I don't understand. Then I had to figure it out. Like, they're playing a C minor in their left hand, and I literally had to just keep rewinding, and I'm like, what? Finally figured it out. And then stuff like this, like little licks. Little stuff like that took me a long way. Like, it brought me a long way. But like I said, your ear is gonna tell you if you like it. And then you gotta just take what you know, like this chord, that chord, take it up to the next key. It's gonna take time. So you got see, but it's once you get it, you got it. I'm telling you. Once you got it, you got it. And then take it up to the next key. So it's really all about practicing, getting your fingers used to playing those things. And once your fingers get used to it, I'm telling you, it's, and then, like I said, just take it up. Literally, I mean, and once you do it, it becomes so simple and becomes so like, oh, this is nothing. And then chords like what I just played, like that, you can take that and move it. So what are you doing? You're taking a tritone and you're moving it across the piano, okay? That's all you're doing. Now that sounds weird, right? Now that sounds like something you wouldn't play, right? But if you put a chord in between those two notes, you get this. So you see, everything is built off of a major. These chords I'm playing are majors, right? It's built off of a major or a minor. So your foundation is E flat. But all you did was add to it. You added this to it. F6 over C. So you say, I'm going to play this in my right hand, but I'm going to play E flat major in my left hand. Okay? Okay, thank you so much. You've explained it well, man. Appreciate it a lot. Definitely will watch your other videos because this is probably the first time fully watching you. But thank God I stumbled across you. Oh man, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Yep. Any first time watchers, go back to my videos. I got a lot of videos that I don't do like these other guys, just play and don't explain nothing and just go so fast. Actually, I've been accused of being very slow, but I would rather do that and you guys get it versus me just speeding through and then you like, oh, I missed it. It's too fast. Even when I went back and watched it, it was still too fast. So I would rather, take my time and show you guys and explain, because you don't want to be a musician that can play but don't know what you're playing. So what do I mean by that? When I do this, when I do stuff like this, what key was I in? C sharp. When I do stuff like this, now you say, oh, that was nice, but what did you do? What was that? What's the theory behind that? And you can't explain it. That's not good. Okay? You should be able to explain everything you play. Okay? If you remember it anyway. Because sometimes you can play stuff that you didn't even know you played, and you'd be like, oh, I forgot I played. I didn't even know I played that. But you should be able to explain what you played. So I did this. So the theory behind that is I came out of the scale and hit B, A, and A flat. So that would be, if I'm in E major, the scale is, okay? So if I'm in E major, those two notes are inside the scale. So what did I do right there? I acted as if I was in E major, but I was really in C sharp. This is why I said the key doesn't matter. And the other thing is, if you understand theory, you understand that whatever the 6 is, when I say 6, I mean the number 6. Whatever the 6 is of the major scale that you're in, that's your relative minor. So if we're in C sharp, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means B flat minor is the relative minor of C sharp major. Okay? So what's the relative minor of E? Let's figure it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you have it. The relative minor of E major is C sharp or D flat. Y'all see how it's all connected? This is why I said the key doesn't matter. Somebody asks, can you explain tritone substitutions to me and how to use them? Yes, tritone substitutions are very, very, very important, because if you don't know how to use them, if you don't know how to use tritones, then you shouldn't just do it when you're like playing for somebody or you at a gig or something. Don't just do it. First, know how to do it first. Okay? Tritone, so we know what a tritone is. That's a tritone. All those are tritones. So when it comes to tritones, if I were playing I'm staying C sharp. If I was just playing the one, which is C sharp major, and I wanted to play a tritone instead for the one, it would be like this. So now you say, where's the tritone? There it is. So here's the formula. Whatever your one is or whatever key you're in, the flat 5 is going to be your tritone. Okay? So the 1 and the flat 5. Why do I say flat 5? Because in C sharp major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is A flat, if I flat that, I got G, which is a flat 5. So that's the formula. So what you should learn is, when it comes to certain chords, this chord is played a lot in jazz. Okay, so you would take that tritone, and you would take that tritone, and you would take that A flat, and you just drop it down. And you see I dropped the 6 too, right? Okay? So that's your formula. I'm going to show you more chords too with the tritone substitutions. Let me read this real quick. Sorry, Crucial, got to go. Not sure what to call you. Yeah, you can call me Crucial. That's what everybody calls me. It's 12 p.m. in London. Whoa. Right now, so yeah, getting late. But again, thank you so much. Lots of streamers in their live streams just don't reply to their viewers, but you explain it pretty much perfectly. Expect a consistent viewer in your live streams from now on. I appreciate it, Prince. Appreciate it very, very much. I love to correspond with my viewers, the people that's watching my live stream. It's the whole point. I mean, if you're making a video helping people, you should interact with the people and see what they want, so you can help them directly. So yeah, no problem, man. Thank you for watching. Now let me get back to the tritones. Now, another form of tritone is, like I said, let's say we're playing a B flat major chord. So that's B flat major. Now, there's a substitution for this. So instead of just playing like B flat, like if you were trying to do some drop chords, but you start at B flat, right? You can literally, instead of playing the same thing, you could play a tritone in your left hand, which is F sharp and C. See what I'm saying? So take this chord. This is your homework. I want you to take this chord, and I want you to be able to move it up and down the piano with no problem. Okay? I want you to be able to do that. So that's another tritone substitution. All you did was take a major chord and you took, what is that? That's the sharp 5. And this is the 2. How do you know to hit that? Because I'm going to say 90% of the time, when you're playing a tritone, the tritone is not going to hit any of these notes that you're hitting. And it's always going to be a sharp 5 or a flat 5. Okay? And then how you know you're right is the chord name. G flat augmented 7 flat 5. Okay? So, and you just transpose it down. Okay? So that's your homework. As much as you can, go slow. So go as slow as you can so that you can see what you're playing. And you see those type of chords, they don't need to be fat to get that tension sound. But that's the formula though. I love chords like this. Oh, that's the other thing. These notes have substitution bass lines as well. So for this, this is where you start on the bass. A flat. And then the tritone is doing. Okay? So if you're on an organ or something, or you got a bass player, when you play this, your bass, A flat. I can't reach all the way over there, but yeah, A flat. Wait, let me see. Yeah. So this is what you'll be playing if you on an organ or if you have a bass player. And then you just move it up and down, okay? So that's tritone substitutions. And again, it's about where you put them, because you don't use them all the time. They're for certain moments and for certain chords. Okay? So I hope that helps you. Anybody got any more questions for me? While we still live? Any more questions at all? Said, where would I use them? Honestly, diminished chords, because I use them more in diminished chords, because tritones are nothing but, diminished chords are nothing but two tritones put together. Okay, so if you play this diminished chord, A flat diminished, look at what you're playing. Look at what you're playing. That's one tritone. That's another tritone. And if you put these two tritones together, you get A flat diminished. So for me personally, I would use the tritones more for diminished chords, substituting them for that. So if I was playing anything and I wanted to walk up to the six, so the six in C sharp is B flat, but I can approach it with tritones with, well, it's really technically diminished chords, but all the diminished chord is two tritones put together. So I would do something like this. See what I'm saying? So, and what I did was, see that diminished? Diminished? Because you don't have to use diminished chords to get to the six. You can just do, see, right there, I didn't use diminished chords. I did a C minor 11, I did an F7 flat 13, and there's a 6, B flat minor 9. But you can do, yep. So that's what I normally would use them for, because diminished chords, in my opinion, they are so unique because diminished chords can sound like major chords sometimes. So for example, what I was doing before with this, and I'm sorry, I meant to say tritones. Tritones can sound like major chords sometimes. So if you play it like this, let's see. Let's go F major. So that's one. It's a tritone right there. Okay? And it sounds almost majory, but it's a tritone in there. It doesn't sound like, that sounds like a tritone. It's not hidden by the other notes. But this, and see that right there, diminished. Oh. I'm doing another one. Now that sounds like a tritone. There's the tritone right there. Check this out. That's another tritone. But it doesn't sound like it's a tritone. So tritones can be used for more than just, like, it can be used for more than just, you can hide a tritone inside of chords and nobody will know that it's a tritone until they actually sit down and play it. So it's a lot of uses for tritones, and like I said, diminished chords, because diminished chords are tritones. So that's what I would do, just approaching stuff. That was another set of diminished tritones. So that's what I would do. It depends on the song, depends on what you're doing. What's the environment like? Is it jazzy? Is it churchy? What's the environment? So it depends on your environment too. So thank you for that question. Somebody said, what do you know about double sharps or double flats, especially in B flat minor, E flat minor, G sharp minor, and C sharp minor? Now, what do you mean by double sharps or double flats? What do you mean by that? Like, explain that to me if you can, because I want to make sure we're talking about the same thing. So explain that to me. What do you mean by double sharps or double flats? Because I don't know if I'm familiar with that. But I think I may know what you're talking about, but I don't know. I don't know. I want to make sure. Oh, you saying like in sheet music? Well, that. Hmm. You referring to uh um are you referring to like when you look at a piece of sheet music and you're looking at what key it's in? Is that what you're talking about? Because if that's what you're talking about, then I can explain that. Um, while he's doing that, I think I may know what he's talking about. Um, so in sheet music, you have like you get a piece of sheet music and you look in the top left corner and they'll have either sharps or flats, you know, or if it's nothing there, then it's in the key of C. But for example, if there's um, one, two, three, four, wait, one, two, three, four. Like if there's uh, like if there's one flat, then it's an F. So why? What makes it F? So you would look at the F major scale. There's only one flat in it, which is B flat. That's how they tell you what key you're in on the sheet music. I always want, I don't know if this is what you're talking about, frats 699. Uh, I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but I always wondered why they do that on sheet music. Like, I would have rather just you put. I know you're doing it because the sheet music looks like that too, like the actual notes, uh, uh, like the quarter notes, and they all look the same. But just put F sharp or F on the paper, like versus just one flat, and you gotta learn the whole system. But you kind of learn the whole system when you learn how to play. But for me, I would have been like, okay, it's an F sharp or F. So that's if that's what you're talking about. They're counting the sharps and flats. Whatever's on the top left corner, you count the sharps or the flats, and then you go to your major scale of your keys and you find out, oh, this key got how many sharps and flats in it, and that tells you what key it's in. So B major has one, two, three, four, five flats in it. So that would let you know if you see five flats, then it's in B. So that's how that works. But yeah, I hope I'm explaining this right. I hope we're talking about the same thing. But anybody else have any questions and any comments? Just let me know. We're gonna continue to uh, learn how to transpose our chords to um, other keys that we're not comfortable in. So instead of you just, playing in whatever key you like to play in, take the same chords that you know in your favorite key and transpose it to the key that you don't like to play in. So if your favorite key is C, take every chord you know in C. Yeah. Yep. I'm assuming we talking about the same thing. Uh, yeah, yeah, you're right. Five sharps. So I'm assuming we're talking about the same thing. So we talking about key signatures, like finding the key in sheet music. So yeah. So anybody have any more questions? Let me know because I'm here. Oh, so you was talking about something else? My bad. So I really want to know what you're talking about though. So like explain it to me as simple as you can, because I don't know. I really don't know what you're talking about now. So you're saying double sharps or double flats? What is that? I don't. I really want to know what that is now. So what do you explain it to me like I'm a 4-year old? Okay, tell me what that is, because I've never heard that term before in like playing. I've heard it in like sheet music, like as far as the key signature, but not in just actual playing. So please explain it to me. Anybody else got any questions, comments, anything before we go? I'm gonna show y'all something I did. This song called "For Every Mountain." Okay, hold on. So I've been reading sheet music for only a year now. You know how when you're reading, they would put a hashtag symbol to alert the reader that the key is sharp, right? Right? Well, there's another symbol for double sharps. Huh. So are you saying like, so okay, so when that comes up, what do you play? So what do you, when you see that double sharp in the sheet music, what notes are you supposed to play? So because in sheet music it could literally be like F sharp and G sharp right next to each other. So if that's what you're talking about, then I get it. Okay, you go to half steps up. Yeah. Okay. So I got it. I got it. So you're talking about in sheet music when you see two sharps, you're literally saying, so let me see if I can see what you're talking about. So you saying if you see, you said if you see for double sharps, you go up 2 half steps. Okay? So you're saying, so this is F sharp. So I'm gonna go 1, 2. Is that what you're saying? Because we know sharp means up and we know flat means down. Okay. So is that what I just did? Is that what you're saying? Because I want to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying. Because I don't read music when I play. And I know about sheet music, but I don't read music. So I am not a sheet music expert at all. But I know what whole tones are. I know whole tones are just skipping a note. So if you go from C to D, that's a whole tone. All right. You go from C sharp, that's a semitone. I understand all of that. So and that's sharp. I'm a sharp to C, which means I'm going to C sharp. All right. So I get that. I just wanted to make sure that we talking about the same thing. Uh, but when it comes to sheet music, I am not an expert. I got the basics. Oh, I get what you're saying. You saying you're not sure why they're necessary. Why they're necessary. They're they're necessary for function, but I'm not just getting used to them. I'm just getting used to them. I got you. All right, I got what you're saying. Yeah, I was about to be like, what? Did I miss something? I get what you're saying though, cause you can use that lingo sometime when you're playing. So you can literally be like, play a C major 7 chord. I'm sorry, C major 7 chord, right? But somebody can say flat the 7 to make it a C7 chord. So you gotta look at what you're playing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Flat the 7. It's a C7. So you can talk like that outside of sheet music. Um, but when it comes to actual just reading it on the sheet music, yeah, I don't even do it. I don't even use sheet music. If anything, I'll use chords. I'll chord the use a chord chart. But sheet music, nah, nah. And that's just me personally. I'm not saying it's bad or anything like that. That's just me personally. I would prefer to memorize music and then make it my own because I feel like for me personally, I feel like I'll be bound to the sheet music. So, but yeah, man, keep learning, man. Somebody asked, what scales or concepts should I use if I want to make music that sounds like Kendrick Lamar or just jazz, rap, and like something that's more complex and pop, but that's working in 4/4 loops. Um, I mean that's pretty simple. That's really simple. And uh, this is just me, my opinion. When it comes to like rap, R&B, when it comes to pop music, there's no complexity at all in that music. Not even a little bit. No complexity at all. And the reason why I said it is because if you've been studying music, if you know how to play, you've been playing for years and years and years, and you pretty much you know how to play in all your keys and stuff like that, there is nothing that jazz can offer or R&B can offer or pop can offer that challenges you. Nothing. So when you ask about scales or concepts for that type of music, anything, I mean, pretty much play anything. It doesn't matter because you literally can play this. Um, let's see. You can play That could be an R&B song right there. So all I'm doing is let me you know what? Matter of fact, let me go to the roads real quick. So if I play this on an R&B track, that's a track right there. That's a track. So it's really nothing complex. It's just a loop. Whatever your progression is, whatever your music is a big loop. So you really can make up your own progression and turn it into a rap or R&B song. But keep in mind though, when it comes to that type of music, you will not grow. You won't learn as a musician. Now you can make a hit, like you make a track and it could be a hit, but you won't grow as a musician slash composer at all because you're limited to just that's all you're limited to. So you can't you can't take it to where jazz and classical music is because classical music and jazz are unpredictable. There's there's very little loops in jazz and classical music. It's unpredictable. You can't predict where it's going. So when I hear a jazz song, I mean when I hear an R&B song or a R&B rap song and I hear the music, a lot of times you can predict where the music is going before it even gets there because the progressions are very simple. Nothing crazy, nothing complex, nothing like it's nothing hard about it. So, yeah, when it comes to that type of music, yeah, you really, yeah. I mean, you can, like that's cool. But when you want to get into the more complex stuff as far as playing and trying to grow as a musician, you can't use that as your go-to. It has to be jazz or classical music if you want to grow, and gospel music. Let me put that in there too. Jazz, classical, or gospel music. It has to be those things. You're not gonna learn like you're not gonna learn stuff like that listening to jazz. I mean, listening to rap, pop music, and R&B. You're not gonna learn that. You're not gonna learn none of those chords I just played. So you have to challenge yourself with, and I'm only talking about if you want to be a great musician, I'm only talking about that. Now, if you're trying to be a producer or you know studio producer, uh, R&B producer, rap producer, if you're trying to be that, then that's different versus trying to be creative and you're playing. You're not gonna get it. I'm telling you, you're not gonna get it doing uh R&B and rap and pop. It's not. It is not going to happen. Okay. All the musicians, the great musicians that you've come across, for example, like Stevie Wonder, people like him that sings R&B, He didn't get those skills by listening to other R&B singers. He didn't get that from that. So when you hear musicians that are making rap or rap or R&B or pop music, and they can clearly they can play, they didn't get it from that genre of music. They got it from classical, jazz, gospel. That is a fact. That's a fact. So you're not gonna get this. You're not gonna get stuff like that from listening to R&B and rap. Okay? So my advice would be jazz, gospel, classical, because you're gonna hear and learn things that you didn't think was possible, and you're gonna be like, whoa, what? Wait a minute, that's different. What? How did he do that? How does that work? That's the only way I could learn these chords. Only way I learn those chords is through jazz. So, and then like I said, gospel, you learn chords like that. So like you're not gonna learn that with jazz. I mean, with I keep saying it. With R&B and rap. So yeah. Anybody else have any questions before we get out of here? Man, I've been enjoying this, man. And stuff like this. Stuff like that. So listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying to grow as, cause you said you want to rap. Now, if you want to rap, that's fine. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying don't rap. I'm saying as a musician. Now, if you playing jazz, if you love jazz and you love pop music, that's you're still good. I'm saying if you only do pop, rap, and R&B, you won't learn. But if you're doing jazz and you said Latin jazz, you good. Because Latin jazz is just as unpredictable as regular jazz. So if you're doing that as well, then you will grow as a musician. But I'm saying if you only do those three things and nothing else, rap, R&B, pop, if you only do those three things and nothing else, no Latin jazz, no regular jazz, no classical, if you only do those three, you won't grow. As a musician, you won't grow. But if you're doing rap and Latin jazz and regular jazz, if you're doing all of that, then you will grow. So if you're doing everything, then you're definitely going to grow. But if you're only doing those three and you exclude the other genres like classical, jazz, and gospel, you will not learn, you will not grow as a musician, because there are certain chords in gospel music that are only played in gospel music, and notes and runs that are only played in gospel music that you won't get in no other genre. Same thing with jazz, same thing with classical. There are classical movements that won't be played in gospel music. So yeah, you see what I'm saying. So somebody else said, thank you for the video, I appreciate them. How often do you go live? Oh, no problem, man. No problem. Thank you. Because everybody needs to hear that. If you just stick to one kind of music, that you should be well rounded. So not just R&B, not just rap, not just uh, pop music. You should be well rounded. And I'm only talking to people that are musicians. Um, for me, I only listen to gospel, jazz, and classical. Only. Only. Literally. You get in my car now, it's gonna be on classical and jazz station. That's all I listen to. So somebody said thank you for the how often do I stream? That's a good question. Um I'm I don't have a time that I stream often because my life is unpredictable right now. I got a 5 month old. I got a 3 year old. So yeah, if you got kids out there, you know what I'm saying. So I try to do it as often as I can, but I don't like to just have my wife doing everything. I like to help out with the kids and stuff and all of that. Um so yeah. And I love music, but I love my kids more. So uh and this is not I'm not doing this to get famous or to make a whole lot of money through social media. That's not my goal here. I'm really just trying to spread the knowledge that I have that God gave me to everybody that wants to hear. That's my goal. That's my uh, desire. I don't need the money from social media because I love what I do. That's why y'all don't see me charging y'all as far as like go to my website so you can get the MIDI files, but I'm charging you $20. So like I don't do that. I don't only put half of the video on or a few seconds of a video on my channel and then make you pay to see the rest of the video. No. God didn't make me pay him to give me this gift, so I'm not going to make y'all pay either. So, I'm going to go live as much as I possibly can. So what's that? Today is Friday. I'm going to try to go live at least once a week. Y'all, would y'all like that? If I went live once a week, would y'all be cool with that? Cause if y'all not cool with that, I ain't gonna do it. If y'all don't want to see me that often, my feelings won't be hurt. Just let me know. If you say nah, Crucial, we don't want to see you every week. We want to see you every 2 weeks. Hey, that's fine with me. So just let me know if y'all want me to try to stream once a week. I will. Okay, but just let me know. Um, and I appreciate everybody that watched, that took the time to come through. Um, and if there's anything y'all want me to teach about or to go over in the next stream, just let me know. Yeah, just let me know. Say, hey, Crucial, can you speak on this in the next live stream? And I sure will do it. I have no problem. No problem at all. And if you have like, hey, Crucial, I want to learn this song. Can you help me learn this song? I sure will. So you can hit me up on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram. Y'all can go follow me on Instagram and Facebook. It's on Instagram it's crucial underscore keys. Crucial underscore keys on Instagram. And on Facebook, same name, Crucial Keys. So y'all can hit me up and let me know, hey, can you break down this video? Or can you help me learn how to play this song? And hopefully it's a song that I can play. So yeah, so just let me know. what y'all want to see next. And I also will like pull up videos where people are playing, and I'll break it down so that we can learn it together. So for example, I did this video. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Let me see. Come on now. Alright, this video, I'm gonna shout this guy out too. Alright, where is it at, man? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Is this it? Sorry about this, y'all. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to find this video. Okay, I found it. Okay. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Let's see. Let's try to add. Okay, so let me fix this real quick. Okay, so this video right here, I don't think y'all can hear it though. Okay. Oh shoot. I don't think y'all can hear it. But anyway, this is video of this guy playing, and he did this. He did that. And I was like, man, that's nice. So basically what I was gonna do was post well, not post, but go live. Oh, you can hear it? Okay. I was gonna go live and do some videos like this too, where I take somebody's video and I literally just break it down. His name is Thomas Solar. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but yeah, shout out to him. I ran across his video and I was like, I like that. Again, it was nice, really nice progression. And I actually used that. And I was like, I'm gonna use this for an intro. So I used it for an intro to a song called For Every Mountain. So this is what I did. So that's what I did. That's actually an intro, so that's what I did. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. It's been over 2 hours. I'm gonna get out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. Thank y'all for coming out, checking out the video, checking out the live stream. I will see y'all hopefully. Like y'all said, once a week is good. Hopefully next week. All right. So if any chance you don't see me, it's not because I didn't want to live stream. Okay. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. I love y'all. I appreciate everybody. And hopefully you learned something from this video. I hope it helps y'all grow, get better, and I will see y'all next time. Peace. I'm out.